welcome to my kitchen. In today's recipe, I'm going to show you how to make Gobi Ka Paratha. In this Gobi Ka Paratha, I'm going to be using freshly grated cauliflower that's going to be flavored with some onions, green chilies, lots of coriander, and a healthy addition of flax seeds. So without wasting any time, let's dive right in to see how to make the Gobi Ka Paratha. Now to begin making the Gobi Ka Paratha, I'm going to process all the ingredients for the stuffing into a food processor. You can also use a grater to grate the gobi or the cauliflower, but I prefer the food processor. So into my processor, I'm going to add in some onions, green chili and ginger, and some cauliflower pieces. I'm going to be adding it little at a time. We'll process it and then we'll add a little more again. Once the gobi has attained a nice grated crumble-like consistency, I'm going to be adding in the coriander. I'm going to tear in the coriander pieces, add it in, and pulse again. I'm going to be adding the remaining spices into it as well, and that's cumin powder, some salt, another healthy ingredient, as I mentioned, that's the flax seeds, and some turmeric powder. We'll cover the processor and blend it again to combine all the ingredients. That's it. Our filling for the Gobi Paratha is ready, and this is how it looks. Now, our next step to making the Gobi Ka Paratha is to make the dough for the paratha, right? So I have some whole wheat flour here with me, and I'm going to be adding some salt to it, and we will knead the dough until it's really soft and smooth by adding little water at a time. Once all the flour has come together and you have kneaded the dough for about 3 to 4 minutes, I'm going to be adding a little oil over the dough so it's smooth and is not sticky at all. So knead it with the oil a little bit and allow the dough to rest for about 10 to 15 minutes covered, and then we are ready to make our Gobi Ka Paratha. Now that the dough is well rested, our next step is to roll out the paratha. That is by putting the filling into the rolled out dough and then making a paratha. To do that, I've divided the dough into equal portions, large lemon-sized portions. I'm going to flatten the dough in the palm of my hand and dust it in flour and roll it out into a thick circle. Don't roll it out too thin because the paratha filling will come out otherwise. So once you've rolled it out into a thick circle, I'm going to place the filling in the center. Don't place too much filling, just enough filling that will hold into the circle. And this is a different technique I'm going to show you of how to make the paratha. Most often you would either bring it into a circle all together, but here I'm going to show it in a different way by folding it into a cone, similar to a quesadilla or a ghuggra or a gujia, right? And then press it down. Make sure that all the edges are well sealed so that the filling doesn't come out. Once that's done, remove any air pockets that are inside the paratha, so when we're actually rolling out, the filling doesn't ooze itself. We're going to dust it in flour once again. And gently, don't press too hard, gently roll out the paratha. You're going to have an oval-shaped paratha, and it's shaped differently from the regular parathas, and it's perfect to snack and cut it up into pieces for your parties too. So there you go, and that's the shape of the paratha that we have. It's just perfect. I'm going to be rolling the remaining portions the similar way, and we'll proceed to cook the parathas in the next step. Now that we have rolled out the gobi parathas, it's time to cook them. So I have my skillet that's already preheated, and I'm going to be adding the stuffed gobi parathas into the skillet. And the process of cooking the paratha on the skillet should be done on low to medium heat so it gets cooked evenly inside and outside. Remember, we added the raw gobi. And it's okay, gobi really cooks well once it's crumbled into texture. So it's just that, so we have a nice crisp texture on the outside and soft inside. So let's cook. We'll flip it over. And once you notice the other side is getting partially cooked, I'm going to be adding some ghee. You can also add oil to make your paratha. But ghee also tastes nice, just a little bit does no harm, does it? Okay. Press the paratha gently and keep cooking it evenly on both the sides until you notice nice brown spots. The dough is cooked. Don't keep the flame on high because the paratha dough is a little more thicker than the fulka dough. So it's going to take some time to cook through. Notice the parathas are cooked and browned evenly on both the sides. This is when you know that the parathas are cooked. It'll have a lightly crisp outer and soft inner. And make sure you've cooked it on medium heat so it gets cooked through from the inside and outside. And that's it, the parathas are now ready to be served, and we'll proceed to cook the remaining parathas the similar way. I hope you enjoyed watching the recipe of how to make the Gobi Ka Paratha. And didn't you find shaping of the Gobi Paratha is really simple using this method? Do give it a try. It's extremely simple, tasty and nutritious too. And when you do, share your feedback in the comments below. Until then, until next time, happy cooking and healthy eating.